If you love mysteries, riddles, and the thrill of adventure, get ready for a story that will keep you guessing until the very last word. Imagine a world where every clue leads to another secret, and only the bravest can solve the puzzle. This is the story of three friends, a lost map, and a treasure that's been hidden for 100 years. But be warned, there's a riddle in this story, and only the sharpest minds will solve it before the end. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the small, sleepy town of Willow Creek, nothing much ever happened until the day Mia, Ethan, and Zoe stumbled upon an old, dusty chest in the attic of Mia's grandmother's house. The chest was locked, but Zoe, the cleverest of the three, noticed a tiny keyhole shaped like a star. Ethan, always prepared, pulled out a ring of odd keys he'd collected from flea markets. After a few tries, one key clicked and the chest creaked open. Inside, they found a rolled-up parchment, yellowed with age and tied with a faded red ribbon. Mia's hands trembled as she untied it. The parchment was a map, hand-drawn, with strange symbols and a riddle written in swirling script. To find the gold that's lost, begin where shadows cross. Count the steps from the old oak tree, where the river sings, and secrets flee. The three friends exchanged excited glances. Mia, the dreamer, whispered, "This is it. The lost treasure of Willow Creek." Ethan grinned. "Let's solve the riddle." Zoe, always logical, said, "We need to start at the old oak tree by the river." They raced to the edge of town, where the ancient oak stood, its branches stretching over the sparkling river. The sun was setting, casting long shadows that crisscrossed the ground. "Begin where shadows cross," Mia read aloud. They watched as the shadows of the oak's branches formed an X on the grass. "That's our starting point," Ethan said. The next line, "Count the steps from the old oak tree." But how many steps? Zoe studied the map and noticed a tiny number, 12, hidden in the corner. 12 steps from the X, she said. They lined up, facing north as the map showed, and took 12 careful steps. Their feet landed on a patch of wildflowers. "Where the river sings and secrets flee," Mia repeated. They listened. The river's gentle song was interrupted by a faint, gurgling sound. Ethan knelt and brushed aside the flowers, revealing a small, mossy stone with a strange symbol carved into it. A star, just like the keyhole on the chest. Zoe pressed the stone, and with a soft click, a hidden compartment opened, revealing a second, smaller map and another riddle. To find the next clue, look for the place where the sun says adieu. Under the watchful gaze of the silent night, the answer hides out of sight. The friends looked at each other, puzzled. Where does the sun say goodbye? Mia wondered. The west, Ethan said. And the silent night. Could that be the old statue in the cemetery? Zoe guessed. As dusk fell, they hurried to the old cemetery at the edge of town. There, among the ancient gravestones, stood a weathered statue of a knight, sword pointed to the sky. The last rays of sunlight touched the statue's face. Under the watchful gaze, Mia whispered. They searched around the base and found a loose stone. Ethan pried it open, and inside was a small, silver locket. Inside the locket was a final riddle, written in tiny, careful letters. The treasure you seek is not made of gold, but of memories cherished and stories told. Return to the place where your journey began, and look with your heart, not just your hand. The friends were silent. It's not about gold, Zoe said softly. It's about the adventure, Mia smiled. Let's go back to Grandma's attic. They returned to the attic, hearts pounding. As they entered, the setting sun shone through the dusty window, illuminating the old chest. Mia opened it again, and this time she noticed a false bottom. With trembling hands, she lifted it, revealing a bundle of letters, photographs, and a faded diary. The diary belonged to Mia's great-grandfather, who had hidden the map for his grandchildren to find one day. The letters told stories of his childhood, his dreams, and the friends he'd loved. There was no gold, but there was something far more valuable. A treasure trove of memories, laughter, and love. Mia, Ethan, and Zoe sat together, reading the stories aloud. realizing that the real treasure was the adventure they'd shared and the memories they'd made. The attic was filled with laughter, and for a moment it felt like the past and present had come together. But wait, did you solve the riddle before the end? The treasure was never gold. It was always the journey, the friendship, and the stories that last forever. So, what would you have done? Would you have followed the map, solved the riddles, and discovered the true treasure? Comment below if you figured it out, and don't forget to share this story with someone who loves a good mystery. Who knows, maybe your next adventure is just a riddle away.